Hey guys, this tutorial is going to be on how to use the pen tool from very basic, being able to cut out an object and moving it to another picture. So the pen tool is right here on your toolbar, and once you click on it you get some options in your option bar up here. Right now the only thing we are concerned with is that you are not on this one, which is your shapes layer, and it'll add, I'll go ahead and show you what it does. If you start clicking with this, it starts adding a fill color, and you do not want that. So if that happens, your pen tool goes ahead and makes a new layer for yourself. So if you ever mess up, you can just throw that layer away. And you want to select the paths one. And anytime you want to see what your path is, you have a paths layer kind of area over here that you can view it at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on this unicorn and I'm going to try to put it into my farm. Control plus will help you zoom in. And to start, I'm just going to start laying down anchor points. And this is your very basic way to move across an image. So I'll do a little bit of this. And then once you get comfortable with this, the next step would be to learn how to bend it. So if I kind of split the difference, I've just cut right through his hoof. Then I'm going to click very carefully in the middle here. So it's kind of giving me these little three things, and I'm not clicking anything else. I'm going to mouse over the center one. I'm going to hold Control down, and it allows me to bend this way out wherever I want, and I can kind of contour that hoof. And then you just proceed on with what you were doing. And if you get really good at this, you should be able to, so I just split the difference again, contour it out, get a lot more precise, and you can move a lot quicker. Instead of laying down 20 anchors, I might be able to do it in 5. So move around, move around. So here, I've kind of got a nice arch. I'm going to click all the way over here, split the difference, I click once, hold Control down, and I bend it a little bit. You're going to go around your whole object. So I've almost gone across the whole thing. I'm going to split the difference on his belly, click again, Control, and I can pull that out. And then you're going to be connecting your last anchor to the first one. So I click on the very first one that I made, and this turns into a path. So it's all flat. I should be able to click over here on the Paths tab and see the little unicorn there. And again, if I messed up or something, I just throw that away like it was a layer. But I didn't mess up. And as long as I'm on the pen tool still, I can right click and I get some different choices here. I could stroke this, fill it. I want to make a selection out of it though. And real quick, just in case, because a lot of people, once they get here, they go straight to the moving tool and they want to move it, and you cannot move this. I don't even have this. If I had this duplicated and I went to try to move it, it's going to move everything. I don't have him selected. I have just a path made. A path doesn't make it a selection where you can move it. And I'm also on the moving tool, and I cannot right click and get my make selection option. So I'm still dealing with the pen tool. I have to be on it to do what I want to do. I can right click. Hang on, I'm going to make selection. Right here, I know I didn't do a very good job. I kind of cut through some things. Feathered talks about how fuzzy, and forgiving your edge is going to be. If you put it on 0, you're going to see every hard cut shape that I made. I'm going to put it on 2 as a rule of thumb, and always double check that it says new selection here. Sometimes it pops up and it's on subtract. I don't know why it pops up like that, but sometimes it does. So just double check that. Hit OK, and you should get the marquee going around it, little marching ants. At this point, it is selected, and I can go to the moving tool, and I can move in this, whatever I've cut out, wherever I want. So I'm going to minimize this. I click on it, and I drag it, and I let go on top of my farm. And from here, as long as Show Bounding Box is selected, I can scale my unicorn. And I think what I want to do is have him like bounding out from behind the barn. So my other pen tool trick I can do, sometimes the pen tool is not always about cutting out an object and moving it. I'm going to turn him off for a second. So this little eyeball here allows me to turn him off. And now I want to cut out a part of the barn so that I can hide my unicorn. Let me see where he was. Okay, he's down here. So I'm going to click along the edge of this barn with the pin tool. I need to see where that unicorn is again. And then I don't need to be precise. I can just go over here. I just want to make sure I'm grabbing any area that the unicorn's body is coming from. And make that a selection. Make selection. This I want to be like pretty precise. That was a pretty slick edge up there. So I'm going to put a 0 on that. I'm going to hit OK. And right now I'm on the layer of the unicorn. So I need to get on my layer with the farmhouse. And I'm going to press Control J, which means layer via copy. And it has put that little chunk of the house on a layer for me. So what I've done is I can drag the unicorn underneath that and make it look like he's flying out of the farmhouse, whatever, right there, as long as I kind of position him right. It helps kind of trap him within the landscape instead of just, oh, there's a unicorn right there. It gives it a little more feeling of reality, I guess. All right, so that's your pin tool. Mainly just remember you've got anchors, you've got to double check that you're on the paths up here. To make the selection, you still have to be on the pin tool. And your assignment is to cut out 5 things and add them to a landscape. So good luck with that. Thank you.